look outside in Far Bureau, we're actually looking at clear skies for everybody across the board. No rain on radar. Now, we still have puddles, at least where I live, so you might still have some puddles and some slick roadways here and there, places that have had water build up this week. But for right now, a lot of conditions are looking great if you have some late outdoor plans tonight or even early tomorrow morning. As you're waking up on Saturday, we're looking at pretty much no rain across the board. Now, I have left us at a 30% chance for rain on Saturday, but quite frankly, things are looking a little bit towards the drier side. So when you wake up tomorrow, it might be more like a 10 to 20%. I just still think we're going to have a little bit of moisture out there and a little bit of rain. So to be safe, I said 30%. Now, coastal areas more likely to get the rain than further inland. So again, that means if you're out on the island or even as far inland as Harlingen, you're a little bit more likely to see that rain. Overnight into Sunday, we'll keep the 30% chance, and then Sunday afternoon, we'll keep that as well. Now, we could see a couple of isolated storms and downpours here and there, but most of the rain we see all the way through Sunday evening is expected to be the light showers widely scattered, kind of like what we saw today. So don't expect any widespread long-lasting rain to ruin any weekend plans. That's the good news. We'll see more rain later next week. But for tomorrow, 88 for the valley average high, the scattered showers, and can't rule out that isolated thunderstorm. Sunrise is going to be at 7:13 a.m. I have 88 for the average. Remember, if you are going to be in Cameron and Willacy County, you're likely going to stay in the 80s for those high temperatures. If you're further inland, you could end up in the low 90s. So again, we're going to have a little bit of a spread there in terms of who's a little bit cooler and who's a little bit on the warmer side. Out on the island, you could still get wet. Remember, that's one of the places you're more likely to see showers. And unfortunately, we're looking at rougher surf conditions. The bay is going to be rough. And then we're also looking at a high rip current risk. So that means I'm not going to recommend going to the beach. If you absolutely want to go out there, I definitely am going to advise against swimming. So if you have island plans, just be especially careful and still keep an ear out for thunder, even though those storm chances are extremely slim. Over the next 5 days, this takes us all the way through the middle of next week. We're still looking at 5 to 7 inches of rain possible. This is just another example where we're thinking that we're going to see those higher rainfall totals for the lower valley versus the upper valley, seeing that 1 to 3 inch mark. It does not mean that you guys can't get more rain than that. These are always just estimates, but it is just kind of that general idea of where we're going to see more of those showers. So what is causing all of next week's rain? We have another round, and it's going to be this tropical low that we're actually watching potentially form in the Bay of Campeche heading into next week. Now, notice that we're not talking about a landfalling tropical storm. It's just a low for now. We're still waiting to see if it develops, pushing inland further south of us, but it is going to bring lots of rain, not just to us, but also all along the Gulf Coast up to the north of us, potentially causing some issues. So right now we're looking at a 50% chance for development. This is where it is right now over the Yucatan. You can see it's very messy. So not a big concern now. We're going to be keeping track of this thing, but right now our only impacts are expected to be more and more rain. The other area of interest is 10 to 20% chance for development all the way out in the Atlantic. No concerns for us. Other than that, we don't have anything else in the tropics, and we're almost to the peak, the average peak of hurricane season. 30% chance for rain this weekend. Higher chances starting on Monday.